Hello, is anybody with me yet? Go ahead and start. Forgot my potato peeler anyways. Hello. Hey, Suzanne. Who else we got? Tub or Sharon? Hey, Tina. How are you tonight? I've done talked to you a couple times today, haven't I? Hey, Martha. Rita. Can you guys hear me okay? Just waiting to see who's there. I should have had some of this done before I started. Hey, Tina. Hey, Suzanne. Let me start. I'm going to start with our first thing. We're going to have a comfort food night. I had a really busy weekend. I don't know about y'all, but I had a really busy weekend. I'm really tired today, and I just want some comfort food. So no diet food here tonight. I like to have good comfort food when I'm feeling tired like this. So it's going to be quick and easy, but it is going to be comfort food. It's going to be good. So I'm going to start out by putting my green beans on. I'm out of my whole canned green beans. I'm completely out. So I'm waiting on those to get ready in the garden. But until they are, I like to get these cut Italian beans. They're kind of flat. And I love those. We usually grow Roma beans, and that's what basically these are. One can really is enough for just me and Donnie, but I'm gonna go ahead and do two because I think they cook up better having a little more in there. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, and you're not gonna believe this, but I cook these whether or not I get them out of a can or I raise them myself and get them from the garden. I cook these the same way, and everybody loves them cooked this way. Now, I used to would have thought, no, you have to put some ham in them, you have to put some bacon in them, you have to put something like that in them, but no, you really don't. And I mean, I've got some people who's ate my green beans out there, so they can testify. Are these good? Y'all may hear Fagan. He's in here tonight and he's kind of grumbly. All right, so I've put a couple cans of green beans in my pot, and I put just the water and all. Now, I'm going to take olive oil. Fagan, be quiet. And I'm going to drizzle them with some olive oil. And I'm going to put some salt. Salt them pretty good. Not too much, but pretty good. Now the trick is how you cook them. I'm going to put them over here on the eye, and I'm going to get them boiling really good, and I'm going to cook them. And you have to cook all the water out. You have to cook them down dry. And when they cook down dry, the beans are kind of wilt down, and they are really delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and get these on the eye. And turn it on, and I'm going to put my lid on it to start with. I'm going to put my lid on my pan, and that just kind of lets it get to boiling a little faster and get ready, get done a little quicker. After that boils for a little while, I'll go ahead and I may take the lid off. All right, so there's my green beans. I'm going to let those cook while I'm doing everything else, because the longer you cook them, the better they're going to be. And like I said, you don't want to leave any water in them, or if there is, you just want barely any water left in them. That's the trick, is boiling them dry. If you go somewhere, like some restaurants you may go, and they have their green beans sitting there floating in water, and they're probably not really very good. That's why, because they're floating in water. If you cook them down dry, they're gonna be good. And that olive oil, it just really cooks into them good and makes them taste really good. I am going to also do a little twist on a fried potato tonight. Everybody's garden's coming in. I think people are starting to get squash. One of the very first things that we get out of our garden usually. So I cook squash a lot of different ways. Y'all saw me last week. I cooked it on the grill. I cook it in the oven. Sometimes I just cut it up and fry it with some onion. But this is a quick, easy comfort meal way to cook it. I'm going to cook it in with my potatoes. I'm going to fry potatoes and squash and onion all together in the same pan. I'm going to put some cornmeal on it, maybe a little bit of flour and a little bit of cornmeal, and it is so good. Fagin, I'm going to give you a bath if you don't go behave. That's Fagin's punishment, is a bath. That's what he thinks it is anyway. I don't know. He really don't mind it that bad, but that's what I have to tell him to get him to go be quiet sometimes when he starts acting up. All right, so I'm just slicing these potatoes in some water because I don't want them to turn brown on me. I'm slopping the water everywhere. And I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't get off till after 4 o'clock, and then I had an unexpected visitor at my door, so you know, I'm just down here cooking for real, folks. This is how real life is. People show up at your door that you don't expect. You get a phone call. I mean, my phone's probably going to ring here in a minute. Your dog barks. I don't know. Anyway, that's just life, isn't it? So I peel one potato. I'm going to peel another one. Yeah, this is not diet food, y'all. Sorry, if anybody's on a diet, we're not low carb in it tonight. There's no way for me to put a skinny spin on this. I did make green beans, and they have olive oil in them instead of fat meat. So hey, does that help? I really love squash cooked this way. It just adds something to these fried potatoes, and you know, I like squash cooked just fried individually. That's really good too. But if you've never cooked them like this, then you really need to try it because you're really missing out. Fagin's probably going to bark again because I hear somebody rumbling around outside. And he doesn't like rainy weather, so he's a little on edge. I think it has to do with the barometric pressure or something. If anybody knows what I can do for this dog and his problem with the rain, let me know. It doesn't even have to be thundering. It's just, if it's raining hard, he just don't like it. I'm sorry that I didn't have these potatoes peeled before I come on. But hey, I can talk. I can talk for a long time. Y'all might not want to listen to me, but I can do it. Hey, let me tell y'all what I did this weekend. On Saturday, if you saw my post, the fried pies, my mother-in-law and I made fried pies Saturday. We made a whole bunch of them. And I videoed it. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. If you don't know my mother-in-law, she's a hoot. She really is. And she's 85 years old. And she was excited about doing this. She's shown me how to do her fried pies before. But I'm really excited because I've got it on video. So that'll be something that we'll have forever. So that's fun. All right, I think that's enough potatoes. I'm going to drain them. Ooh, I'm going to make a mess too. All right, so I got my potatoes drained. shake the water off of them. Yes, and they were awesome. Roger got a fried pie. Thank you, Roger. He got a couple fried pies, didn't you? There's a few people that got some out there. But y'all be watching for that video. It was a long thing, so I'm going to have to edit it down, to cut it down so that it'll be, you know, small enough for me to put online. All right, I'm just going to slice these squash. And I'm just doing it like this to kind of save a little time. So I'm slicing these squash into my potatoes. If y'all don't know where I live, but I live out in the country on basically a dirt road. And I've got a semi truck out here trying to get out of the holler. It's been interesting. I don't know, but I'm just slicing these squash into my potatoes. I'll be surprised if Jill still has a mailbox. And if a light pole on the corner don't get taken out here in a second. Yeah, he's on the curve. I don't know if he's on, but I'm hoping he is. Okay, there we go. We got potatoes and we've got squash. And now I'm just gonna slice this onion. I'm gonna do it. I don't want the whole onion in there. I'm gonna do it like this. Let me check, guys. Success! He made it around the curve. Oh, you never know what's gonna happen down here in Buck Holler. Hey, Jill's watching. Jill, your diesel truck just made it around the curve. I'm not sure if you still have a mailbox or not. Okay, I sliced about half of this onion up, and I'm just gonna break it into pieces. My green beans are starting to boil. Yep, they're rolling. I'm gonna pull the lid off because I don't want it to boil over on the stove and take my flame out. Breaking these onions up into the potatoes and the squash. So now I'm just gonna toss them around. To get them all good and mixed up. And I always end up with a whole big pile of it when I really didn't need that much. I had a towel, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay, let me turn my camera over here to the stove. Hope y'all can see the stove. All right. Okay. Somebody tell me, can you see the stove? You gonna help me eat it, Jill? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my oil. Nope, that's the wrong skillet. That's for the meat. Sorry. I'm not gonna have too many to go in my iron skillet. I'm gonna use this iron skillet, and I've actually already put my oil in it. I'm just gonna turn it on. All right, so let me get back over here so I can show y'all how I finish these up before I put them in. I'm letting my grease get hot in the skillet. Okay, I'm gonna take some cornmeal. That's a cup, but I don't think I'm gonna use the whole thing. Well, yeah, I'm gonna use the whole thing. And I'm gonna take a little bit of flour, not much, just about a spoonful. Salt. And black pepper. Alright, now, you know, let me grab some gloves so that I don't have to go wash my hands 15 times. I should have grabbed these before. So my green beans are really boiling, and that's what I want. I want them to boil. And they've just got green beans, the liquid out of them, salt, and olive oil. My cousins came down and ate with me one time after we had a funeral, and I had cooked a big pot of these green beans, and I cooked them just like this, and they all thought that I had put fat meat in them. And they were all like, how did you cook those green beans? I'm like, it's really hard. It's not hard at all. So I'm just rolling this around, and you can see how it's kind of coating them, but it's not real thick and heavy. It's just a little light breading on them. And I know Donnie's going to say, you didn't put any black pepper in there, but y'all saw me. Roger, you tell him you saw me put black pepper in here. Because when he gets home, he's gonna say, you didn't put any black pepper in it, and he's going to pepper it again. I don't care how much pepper I put in anything, he's going to pepper it again. And I'm going to sneeze if I put much more in it. Okay, so there we go. That's good. Now, let's go over here to the stove, and hopefully my grease is hot. So I'm just going to take one little piece, and it's not hot enough because it didn't just really sizzle when I dropped it in there. So I'm going to wait just a moment and let that be getting a little bit hotter. And then how come you always pull the one you don't want out? 15 times I've grabbed in this drawer, and okay. Beans, let's go ahead and show you how the beans are doing. See, they're really boiling. Hope y'all can see the beans. And I'm just gonna let them boil because I really want them to boil dry. I want all that water to boil out of them. Okay. So this is starting to sizzle. You can hear it. Won't hurt it to be a little bit hotter. So just wait a minute. It's probably not going to hold all of this because skillet's not hardly big enough. A lot of times when I cook this, I'll cook it in this big skillet because I know I always cut up too much. I don't think it'll go to waste. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to pile it up in here. I may get it all in here. I think I will. I won't because it'll take too long. I'll wait. I've got it good and full though. Now I'm going to let it cook like this for a few minutes. Let it start kind of browning up on this side. And then I'm going to flip it and stir it and mix it a little bit. Let it brown again on the other side. I'm going to put a lid on it. I kind of brown it up a little bit and then I put a lid on it, and that lid helps those potatoes get tender and cook down a lot quicker. Okay, so we've got our green beans going. We've got our fried potatoes and squash and onions going. And next I'm going to get our meat ready. Okay, what I'm cooking tonight is just pork cutlets. This is already tenderized. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do anything to tenderize it. It's good to go there. I've just got to get some breading on it and season it and get it in the grease. And I'm going to fry it up like a minute steak. Now, I buy these little baggies. They're bread bags or twist tie bags, and they're good. A lot of people will use them for bread, things like that. I love them to put my flour in when I'm going to fry chicken or fry pork cutlets or anything I'm going to bread and fry. So these gloves are fine. I'm going to keep them on. I'm going to get my breading ready. I'm going to put some flour in here. about a cup of flour. I'm going to do about 1.5 cups. All right. Now, personally for pork, I just pretty much prefer salt and pepper as a seasoning on these. So I'm going to salt it. This is plain salt. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of seasoned salt too, just to add a little to it. So a little seasoned salt. And because I know Donnie, I'm opening up the spout and I'm going to pour some black pepper in here. Now y'all might not like it that much, but he does. Alright, so then I just twist it and I shake it up to get all those seasonings mixed in my flour. I season my flour. I know I see a lot of times on TV people are like, season your meat, not your flour. Whatever. That's not how I do it. I season my flour. Okay. So I just, took these out of the package, thawed them up because I buy in bulk. You know what was funny when everybody was talking about all the hoarding and all the hoarders at the grocery store and all that? And I was like, I kind of realized that my normal style of buying groceries is considered hoarding because I buy just a lot at one time, and I put my meat in the freezer. I buy big packages and separate it out. So I've always got something on hand to cook. If something happens and I need to cook a dinner for somebody, I have always got something on hand. All right. Now I do this. I know people are going to think this is weird, but I like to know if my flour has enough salt in it. I just taste it. And it's got plenty. It's actually too much. So, I'm going to add a little more flour to it. I'm not saying it tastes good, but I got to know. Does it have enough? Okay. So, I think that's good. I'm going to taste it again. Alright, so now, let me go ahead. Let's go back over here and check our squash. Hope you can see them. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to flip them over. See how they're getting brown on that side? And I'll have them dumped out on top of the stove. I will, so it's okay. Guess what? I'm going to clean it up. Nobody else will. And sometimes it soaks up the oil and you have to add a little more oil sometimes as you're going. You just kind of got to keep your eye on that. Alright, so I'm actually going to go ahead and put this lid on it and let it hang out there. Okay, so let me go ahead and get my other eye lit. Remember, I have to light it with the lighter. And I've got it pretty high right now. Put some grease in the bottom, or oil, grease, oil, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to let this start getting hot. Let me get my bag of stuff. Actually, let's just move back over here. Okay, so I've got my flour. I'm just going to take my first little pork cutlet, put it in, and I'm just making sure it gets coated really good on both sides. There's another one. And I'm just kind of laying them over to the side in the bag. Some more. And the last one. And I just want to make make sure that they get flour all over both sides of them. They're not like folded up in here and has a spot without flour. So they look pretty good. All right, now I'm gonna twist it. Let me take this glove off because it's really a mess. And I'm gonna shake it again just to double ensure the flour is all over them. Okay, let's move back to the stove. Can y'all see this big skillet here? That's where I'm gonna cook them. So I think it's probably hot enough, but I'm gonna test it. Nope, it didn't sizzle. I'm just gonna lay that back over there for a minute. You can also just sprinkle some flour in like that, and it's just not quite there yet. It's just gonna take a minute. So while I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna go ahead and flip these potatoes and onions and squash. You know, when you fry squash by itself or with just onions, a lot of times a lot of people fry them like little individual pieces of squash, and I do that a lot of times too. But that takes longer. That takes a long time to fry a bunch. So, like I said, tonight I'm just all about easy and quick and comforting. So when I want to do that, that's when I just mix them up with my potatoes and fry them all together. All right, I think we're good on this. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to place these around. Whew. I got a grease on my finger and it was hot. I'm going to make room for all 4 of these. I do kind of like to crowd my skillet when I'm frying something like this because I think it just makes it cook a little better, in my opinion. I am not going to cover it yet. I'm going to let it brown on one side, and then I'm going to flip it over and let it brown on the other side. And then I'm going to probably cut the heat down just a hair and put the lid on it, and then just keep watching it and flipping it. Let me go wash my hands. I'll be right back. I'm going to let y'all watch this. I'm going to let y'all watch that for me. Y'all let me know if you see anything burn, okay? I gotta wash this pork off my hand with a little soap and water. All right, so I got that done. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check these back here, and I'll just start with the first one I put. I'm going to flip it over. Just going to wait a minute. I'm going to go ahead and flip these squash again. See how they're getting brown? Can y'all see the food okay? I hope you can. Looks good, thank you. I'm gonna put the lid back on those. All right, the green beans, see, they still have water in them. They're not done. Just let them boil. I'm gonna leave the lid off of it. Okay, let me go ahead, flip this other one. this one. And there's the last one. Alright, so they're hanging out and frying. You can see them. The green beans are cooking. And I have grease splatters and flour just all over the place. Can't be helped. Not by me anyway. Somebody else might do a better job, but not me. I can smell these squash and they just smell so good. I call this scrambled squash. That's what I call it. With fried potatoes. I'm going to put my lid back on there. And lid. See, my phone's ringing. I wonder who it is. But the machine got it. I'm going to flip these again. Oh, that just needs to go back. It's not quite ready to flip. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stove down a hair. I don't want it to go too low. If it does, I may have to cut it back up. I'm going to cover that up. Alright, so these are cooking good. You just have to keep turning them. See, I told you I lost one. It's Mom. Jill, call Mama and see what she wants. Yes, these are Mama style, but Jill, really call Mama and see what she wants, because I think she just called the house. Tell her I'm cooking. I don't have time for this. Yeah, these are Mama style. Jill is absolutely right. Okay, y'all. I'm really going to have to call my mama. Let me see what she's calling me. Like crazy. I got to tell her I'm on live. This is what happens. Hey, Jennifer. I'm cooking. What are you doing? I'm on Facebook Live. You're on Facebook Live with me. Nothing's wrong? Okay, bye-bye. Nothing's wrong. We're good. When she calls that many times in a row, it kind of gets me nervous. I caught it. All right. Y'all didn't mind me talking to my mama for a minute, did you? Oh, I gotta check my meat. Yeah, it's doing all right. These really cook fast. They're thin. They cook really fast. Whitney's laughing at me. Whitney, are you laughing at me about dropping my spatula, or are you laughing at me having to call my mama? Hey Tracy. Jennifer, okay, for all of you that's just joined me, let me tell what we're making here. Yeah, I always talk to mama. Alright, so everybody that's just joined, we're making fried potatoes with squash and onions. We're making fried pork cutlets. It's not diet night, Jennifer. And we're making green beans. But we gotta let those green beans cook. Cook and cook and cook, because we want them to cook dry. So, let's get this back on the stove. Y'all, I've been expecting that to happen. And I want these to really fry and brown up. And my pork cutlets are about done. They're really getting there. They're good and brown. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some gravy to go over these. Now y'all done seen me make homemade gravy. So, I'm trying to decide, am I going to make homemade gravy to go over them? Or am I just going to cheat and use this? Oh, that stuff is good. I'll probably make homemade gravy. But that cheater stuff, I'm telling you, it is good. Hey, Mama. Mama's watching now. Mama, we're all just laughing because you calling me in the middle of this. Or maybe I'm the only one laughing. I don't know. I'm laughing pretty hard. But Whitney Dixon, told me to always talk to my mama. So, I don't know if y'all can see this, but you see that brown? See that brown on those potatoes? That is the best stuff. Hey, Sherry. That brown, that's why I'm just letting them hang out. Okay, y'all, I'm forgetting my meat back there. Jennifer wants me to cheat and make the cheater gravy. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get a plate to plate this meat on. Okay, you got to put it on a paper towel because you want it to drain a little bit. Yeah, that cheater gravy is really good. I'll tell you something else that's good on these, y'all. Mushroom soup. Cream of mushroom soup. Oh. You want to talk about good. Alright, I'm going to set those over there. Let's see how much. I got some grease down there. Ooh, if I make this, we'll probably be up all night. But I'm going to do it. Just right where I fried it. Fried that meat. I'm browning this. Browning this flour. It was about a half a cup's what I put in there. And notice I'm doing it with this good flat spatula. I'm thinking about doing a little giveaway, y'all. I'm thinking about doing a post and having y'all like and share and comment and all that good stuff and doing a giveaway. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Now I can't use that to flip my taters because it's got gravy on it. I like these taters with this crunchiness on there. I wanted to flip them. Okay. I'm going to salt this. And I'm going to put a lot of pepper in it. See my green beans? They're getting there. They're just about dry. And now I'm going to pour some milk in it. I don't know the measurement. I do have a video out there on making gravy that I tell you how much I put in. So if you're interested in that, go back and look for that video. Use this flat spatula. Now I have to use both hands here. I'm multi-talented. I don't know what you call that, really. I just don't want anything to burn. And you gotta stick with this gravy. It's getting thick. And I may not put any water in it tonight. Now, when I make my gravy for breakfast, I usually put a little water in it. But I think I'm going to do this one all milk. You can make gravy with all water. You can make it with all milk. You can make it with part water, part milk. Whatever you want to do. This is getting pretty good. It's got some little pieces left where I fried the meat, but it's pretty good and thick. I'm gonna see if it's salt, but I'm gonna go it off of it because it will thicken up a little bit more. I didn't get my little bowl, but I'm just gonna. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have to get a little more salt in it though. It's kind of bland as far as the salt goes. That should be enough. Let me just stir it around. All right, y'all. My green beans, you can see them. They are basically dry. They've got, I don't know if I've got that where you can see it. They've got just a smidge of water left. So I got to start really paying close attention to those. And I got to get a plate to scoop up this squash and onions and potatoes on. Because they're about done too. See how that's brown? That's what we like. We like ours good and brown. Now you want to put it on a paper towel. I'm slopping stuff everywhere because you want, you know, you want the grease really to drain off. And I'm not going to fry the rest of these because we don't need them. Because we got a whole plate full. Look how good those look. Woo! Of those. Okay? Now, green beans. I don't know if you can see in that pot or not, but it's pretty much dry. It has about a tablespoon of water in it. So by the time I get all this put together, that water will be gone. So I have a huge mess in the house. Let's see what plate I want to use tonight. I think I'll use this one. I'm going to plate me up a plate of this. And show you guys how good this is going to be. All right, there's a pork cutlet. gravy. That's gonna be so yummy. Some squash and potatoes. Fagin, what are you growling about? And a big old pile of green beans. There we go. There is our comfort food supper. It just don't get much better than that. Now, what time is it? 5:51. If Donnie will just get here, we'll have supper. Hope y'all enjoyed that. It was pretty quick, you know, considering what all you got. And give those green beans a try with that olive oil and salt. Give these fried potatoes with squash and onions a try. I know you're going to be getting some squash. And pork cutlets are always a good way to go. It's quick and easy to fry up. And gravy just makes it better. So, hope you guys have a great rest of this day, this Monday. Hope you have a great week. Fagin, are you all right over there? I think Fagin's got a hairball. I hope y'all have a great week. I'll be back sometime this week. Be watching for my fried pie video. Be watching for my chocolate oatmeal cookie video. Just keep watching, and thank you so much for all your support. Bye-bye.